Right, hello. It is time for the July update with the Oregon Vagabond, the voice of the streets in Eugene. Lately we've been noticing a highly increased police presence on the streets of Eugene. And we're not really sure why. We think it's a seasonal thing. There have been a lot of people traveling through town, exiting the Rainbow Gathering that was next door in Washington. Beyond that, the sales of the newspaper are up. We are having some of the best sales that we've had to date. Let's see. Other announcements. We received our first grant and we're very pleased and excited about the first grant that we've received. It came in recently from the Human Rights Commission and we got a check for $100 from the city of Eugene. Let's see. And that is basically to support our community benefit project, which is the Oregon Vagabond Basketball Tuesdays. James, our new intern, started working with us last week, and he's been working on doing some public opinion surveys downtown with me in Kesey Square each Friday. He's going to be working on doing investigative reports as an intern from LCC. Things are really going well, so I want to say thanks to the entire team, from the vendors to all of the coordinators and the volunteers, Lee especially, thanks for the great work. Things are really doing well, and we'll have a new issue out soon, and we're looking forward to the new August issue, and we have some new ads that have been sold. We can give a thanks to several people for ads. Mackenzie Mist, thank you for your contribution. Human Rights Commission, thanks for placing an ad and for your grant. Special thanks to New Frontier for continuing your ad for another year. That means a lot to us. Thanks, you've been here from the beginning. And the goal of that public opinion poll is to survey the people of Eugene regarding some of the new features that we plan to add to our newspaper. As you know, if you're a reader of our paper, we started out as 8 pages, black and white. But we plan to expand as soon as we can fill all of our ad spots. We're going to expand to 16 pages and bring in a series of new features, including a sports page. We'd like to have a fashion page, an outdoors page. There would be a restaurant, a show review page, and then games and puzzles, and a youth page, which I envision being a small single-page newspaper within the paper done completely by a teenage group. Possibly a school classroom group can handle that next fall. Okay, now, and investigative reports also would round out the 8 pages that we plan to add when we expand. To that end, we've been doing surveys downtown to find out what people think would be interesting topics for us to do reports on. We feel that our goal as a newspaper is to inform and educate the people on topics, especially regarding homelessness. We haven't finished our surveys yet. We're collecting data now. The one topic that I know we're going to start out with is the nickel can returns, and there's been recently I'm not sure if it's a Senate bill or a House bill, but it's known as the bottle bill, and environmentalists are cheering about the success of the bottle bill in keeping recycled cans and bottles out of the landfills. However, this is a very interesting issue that we would like to delve further into, because we'd like to find out some of the politics behind these bottle bills, see who's in favor of these bills, who opposes them, who lobbies for and who lobbies against them. From my own experience from moving here about 5 years ago was that I immediately began to substitute away from buying 12 packs of cans. So I'm sure that affects certain industries, but perhaps not the alcohol industry. The first few months that I lived here, I dutifully returned my cans. After a few months, I found myself giving my cans away to someone else who was already returning cans. And probably within a year to 2 years of moving to Eugene, I had just begun tossing all of my cans into the recycling bin. So I would be curious to find out how many people throw away their cans, and if some of these cans are not being redeemed, where that money goes. It seems to be an environmental issue, but I would like to follow the money, and curiously enough, I see that people do-gooders thinking that people need the nickel returns actually toss their cans on the side of the road quite often. So even though they do get picked up eventually, you see quite a bit of litter as a result of the nickel can return. I suppose one of the other issues that might be pertinent to that would be, we would be curious to compare Oregon to other states with and without nickel can returns and see what their statistics are regarding homelessness, and find out how many people have been drawn here to Oregon with the promise of surviving on these 5-cent returns, and how that has worked out for them. Beyond that, I just want to thank the whole team for all the great work, the vendors in the street. It's been raining a lot and they're out there every day doing a great job. And the writers, the stories keep coming in. We have another great issue coming up next month. That's all I have for now. Have a great month, and let's keep the streets a safe place to be.